Hi everyone, in today's video we'll be taking a look at the OpenGL program for CG, which is sunrise and sunset. Sunrise and sunset transition. So this actually uses OpenGL and some basic components of OpenGL. So we'll just go step by step and you can like program or type along with me as I type through because मैं उसी pace में जाने वाला हूँ. Just paste, you can normally type. So you can definitely just play this side by side while typing the code. The first thing we'll need for this is math.h. So just go ahead and put that in your header file, include math.h. So for some transformation operations, this will be required. After that, the most important probably is GL. So GL slash glute.h. This you have to include. I mean, this GL slash glute is actually the main, जिसपे सब OpenGL का ये add होता है functionality. Then अपना normal using namespace.std करना है. Okay, after that we'll have to first see इसकी components क्या है. We have a sun and background, right? Background, yeah. So सबसे पहले अभी सन के एक तो सन के कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होंगे एंड बैकग्राउंड के कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होंगे. सो सबसे पहले वील डिफाइन द पोजीशन ऑफ द सन, राइट? सो स्क्रीन पे पोजीशन कहाँ पे होगा सन का. सो फॉर दैट यू हैव टू डिफाइन सन का एक्स, सन का वाई एंड सन का जेड. And all of these need to be float, obviously. So float, yeah, and this is equal to some value. All right, so you can also remember that this value must be negative क्योंकि we are going to be starting from the left hand corner of the screen. So it should be negative so that वो left to right transition हो. And again, why also I'm keeping as negative. See, these values I have tried and tested over and over again by running the program like many times and experimenting. So you can directly use these, or you can actually use these and then find your own values which work for you. This depends on the size of your window and everything. So it it's not hard and fast कि यही रखना है आपको. Right? Now we'll go to color of the sun. So color of the sun में there's obviously three colors. Sun are let's just wait. So float sun r equals some value. So in this case, I'll say red is equal to 1 or 2.0, right? Now I can just go on editing. So this is going to be sun G, and this obviously has to be less because we want to make the sun yellow in color, right? So yellow is red and green ka combination. And there will be no blue in here. So this is the initial color of a sun. Now we have to go with background color. Background color. Okay, so background color में क्या होता है कि जब सन नहीं होता तब obviously अंधेरा होता है ना. So it makes sense to have the background as like black, right? So that's what I'll be doing. Okay, wait. So R, G and B. So यहाँ पे 0, this is also be 0 0. So all of these you will put as 0, and here I'll take a like flag variable kind of. So flag variable क्यों है और क्या है, I'll explain later. Yeah, so I'm assuming this is true. Now all of our variables are done. Okay, now what we do is we draw the sun. Draw sun. Yeah, we draw it. उसमें सबसे पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा कि हमारे पास जो ये colors है sun के, so you will have to call the function gf color, gl color 3f. What this does is it gives an RGB color to whatever figure you're drawing. So ours is sun R, sun G, sun B. The sequence over here is important क्योंकि हम like sun का color change करने वाले हैं ना. Then we have to use GL translate F, where we'll enter the position of the sun. So sun X, sun Y, and sun Z. Right, so these are the positions जो यहाँ पे गए हैं. Now comes the interesting one, which is glued sphere. I think it's called glued solid sphere. Correct, yeah. So यहाँ पे you have to enter the radius. I'll take 0.2 over here. Again, according to whatever you wish, you can take your radius. Now the next one is glint slices. So slices is something new, as well as stacks. So think of slices as latitudes on the surface of the earth. मतलब कैसा इक्वेटर होता है, ये होता है ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर होता है, ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न होता है. बेसिकली इट डिफाइंस द स्मूथनेस ऑफ अ स्फीयर हॉरिजॉन्टली. ठीक है, मतलब जितना ज़्यादा इसका वैल्यू दोगे आप, उतना स्मूथ योर स्फीयर विल बी. सो इफ आई गिव 30, I'll get almost I'll get a very decent sphere. Also, notice I'm like glint और stack दोनों equal है. Sorry, not glint. I mean this इसका नाम जो भी है. The second parameter and third parameter are equal because I want it to be evenly smooth. So आप जो भी value डालो यहाँ पे for a stack and the first one, the second one, yeah, you make sure that they are equal. बस यही है. Draw sun is a 3-line function, so it's very lengthy. We go now to reshape. See, reshape honestly is not very essential. It's basically क्या कि जब आप maximize करोगे screen, तो उसके हिसाब से we have to kind of change the size according to viewports. According to viewports. If I could get the spelling right, huh? So for this, we have to use GL viewport, yeah. And this is basically the starting position of ये viewport. So start origin पे होगा, so 0, 0, and width will be W and height will be H. So इसके लिए reshape में parameters चाहिए int W and int H, which we will provide. So yeah, like उसका टेंशन नहीं है कुछ. Also इसके बाद we have to change the projection mode. So GL pro actually it's called matrix mode, I think. Yeah, matrix mode. So we have to put that into GL projection. Why projection is because जैसे you know कि for any transformation we use a composite matrix. So GL projection जो matrix mode है वो क्या करता है एक 3D object को 2D space में map करता है. ठीक है, that's why GL projection mode use कर रहे हैं. If you want to view 3D objects you can use the GL model view mode, matrix modes में. And then we'll have to load the identity matrix. So उसके लिए load identity. This is basically performing some matrix के operations. That's all you need to know. Okay, then GLU perspective. Okay, over here. Acha, first we need a aspect ratio. So double aspect equals aspect ratio का जो formula होता है W divided by height, वो हमको चाहिए. And perspective में क्या होगा? Okay, we'll just take a look at the parameters perspective के. GL double FOV y, so field of view y में, that is 45. These value you can tweak, and this is the aspect ratio. So we've taken aspect. Okay, so इधर देखो Z near and Z far are two kind of clipping planes. Okay, so near clipping plane and far clipping plane. So these two, try to keep them fixed around the neighborhood of these values 0.1 to 200. If you mess around a lot with this, there may be a chance कि the like completely आपका sphere clip हो जाएगा. This and your Z का value is kind of correlated. So keep that in mind while you're tweaking up those values. Do the void update. So void update क्या करता है कि आपका जो sphere है, the sun which is moving, it will update the coordinates of the same. So this is where our flag variable comes in. What our flag variable will do is, if it is true, it will take the sun upwards. So plus equals. Now these values work for me. This may not be the same for everyone. Okay, plus equals. Also ये plus equals आप आगे पीछे करके you can also change the speed of your transition. If you want it slow, if you want it fast, that's completely your choice. Then since we are changing the color as well, we'll have to reduce the red. So I guess I'll reduce it by 0.001. थोड़ा सा ही step by step कम करना है, इतना भी drastically you don't have to change it. You have to increase the green. 0.02 से I'll do. It's honestly it won't even be noticeable इतना. ठीक है, and then background का blue you have to increase. This should increase very slightly again so that you can actually see कि वो black से blue जा रहा है and फिर blue से black again जाएगा. Now after a certain point we have to switch up uh, this, like हमेशा अगर increase करते गया तो it will go out of the screen. तो क्या करना है, if sun x is becomes greater than 0.3, so वो screen के एकदम end तक पहुंचने लगता है, तब you make flag as false. False. False, yeah. तो अभी इससे क्या होगा कि alternate इसमें चला जाएगा, वो else loop में जाएगा. राइट, सो else loop में ये सब है, बस इसका उल्टा है. ओके, else loop बस इतना ही है कि अभी यहाँ पे false था तो this will become true, this will become minus, this will become less than, background B will get decremented because blue से फिर ये जाएगा, black जाएगा फिर से. Also ये y will decrease but x will not change. Okay, remember that x will never change, नहीं तो फिर आपका sun फिर से पीछे 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 आएगा, या तो वो नहीं करना है. This is literally defining the direction in which, जैसे आपका सिंपल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होता है ना, x कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऐड करना है, y कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऐड करना है, ये वही कर रहा है in your matrix. That's it's basically doing simple transformations. बस वो add होते जा रहे continuously, so it gives the effect of composite transformation. उसके बाद you have to add another function called glute post redisplay. So what this does is it tells the compiler कि hi, ये जो window है, this is marked to be redisplayed. मतलब इसको अभी चेंज करना है ये दिखाने के बाद. तो फिर कंपाइलर बोलता है कि ठीक है, जब नेक्स्ट टाइम ये फंक्शन कॉल होगा तो आई विल चेंज इट. एंड नाउ दिस टाइमर फंक्शन is what is going to actually change the time. I mean change the frame पूरा by calling this function update का again and again. So over here timer function में I have first put the unsigned in time. So 20 milliseconds के बाद, every 20 milliseconds के बाद it will call the update function. And over here you can see we are supposed to have an int value according to the syntax over here. So it says कि int होना चाहिए function में, but अपना int we are not using for anything, so we'll just put 0 over here. This as it is you can put in your function. This really doesn't affect. आप 20 करो, 10 करो, 0 करो, 1 करो. Yeah, so if you reduce the delay it will go slightly faster but not that much. Yeah, and now our like main सारा logic हो गया है. So now we just have to display everything in a void display function. तो display करने के लिए सबसे पहले we have to clear the field mask, और जो color buffer है and depth buffer है उसको clear करना है. So we'll clear that by saying clear color buffer bit, yeah, and gl depth buffer bit. इन दोनों को clear करने के बाद we can start everything on like a clean slate. Same with background also. We'll clear bg, इसमें भी RGB sequence maintain करना है. In all functions while entering the parameters maintain the RGB sequence BGB. So these also हाँ इसमें there's another parameter for alpha. Yeah, okay, my bad, this should be clear color. Yeah, my bad, it's supposed to be clear color. So RGB और ये alpha वाला जो है transparency का वो 0 रखना है. तो this is done now. What this basically does is like I said वो background को clear करेगा. अभी we have to change the matrix mode again. तो मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले बोला था कि matrix mode दो टाइप के होते हैं in general. First is this projections वाला GL projections, and the second one is GL model view. तो अभी अपने को बॉल को देखने का है ना, आगे पीछे करते हुए, मतलब आगे ही जा रहा है बट ऊपर नीचे करते हुए. तो for that we need GL model view. Then again now we'll load the identity matrix since we have changed the matrix mode to model view. Now we will draw sun. ठीक है, तो अभी sun पे जो भी required transformation है वो एक मैट्रिक्स में होंगे, बट उसके पहले वी हैव टू पुश द मैट्रिक्स so that वो transformation actually register हो, and then we'll pop the matrix again and swap the buffers, glued swap buffers, yeah. तो इससे our sun will get drawn, it will get transformed, and it will get redrawn again as मतलब जैसे जैसे function call होता है वैसे वैसे. And then the final part is just kind of the int main part, so argc and char argv, ये दो आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, या ये जैसा है वैसा ही लिखो, इट वुड बी बेटर दैट वे. उसके बाद व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज, जैसे इफ यू माइट बी फेमिलियर विथ क्लासेस, तो क्लासेस या पाइथन में क्लासेस होता है, तो कंस्ट्रक्टर इज कॉल्ड इनिट. सो इसमें भी ग्लूट को स्टार्ट करने के लिए, ग्लूट को उस फंक्शन में लाइक उस विंडो को क्रिएट करने के लिए वी हैव अ ग्लूट इनिट, ग्लूट इनिट, ठीक है. और इसको यू हैव टू गिव आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, सो वी गिव द एड्रेस ऑफ argc एंड argv ऐसे ही देते हैं बिकॉज दैट्स दिस कीवर्ड आर्ग्यूमेंट ना, डबल स्टार है इसके इधर. उसके बाद व्हाट वी डू इज, जो डिस्प्ले होने वाला है ऑब्जेक्ट, उसका देयर इज अ डिस्प्ले मोड. सो उसको यू हैव टू डिफाइन कि ग्लूट डिस्प्ले मोड करके एक फंक्शन है, ग्लूट इनिट डिस्प्ले मोड, राइट. एंड उस पे नाउ देयर आर three in combination which we are doing, so it's glute double, glute rgb, and glute depth, glute depth, yeah. These three modes we are using in combination. And if you could see where these are getting used, ये depth buffer यहाँ पे है, glute depth. Also we are, क्योंकि we are clipping it, right, z को हम clip कर रहे हैं एक certain clipping plane की इधर यहाँ पे, that's why the depth is coming in view. RGB is the color. Okay, then moving on, we have to first now define the window size. So window size के लिए there is a function glue window size, glute window size करके size, yeah, glute init window size. तो यहाँ पे just enter whatever window size you want, horizontal, vertical, height and width. Okay, and then जो actual function है which creates the window is called glute create window, and यहाँ पे you can give any title to your window. So I'm going to give sunrise, sunset, transition, transition, ठीक है. Now we've finally kind of done all the basics. यहाँ पे फिर अभी display करने के लिए we have a glute display function या func. Over here you will write जो फंक्शन आपके यहाँ पे सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स को डिस्प्ले करता है. इन माई केस दिस इज void display. So void display is drawing the sun. It is also doing the pop and push matrix thereby and clearing the color of the background and kind of painting it again. So for me it's void display. Yeah, you have to identify what function you are using and name it accordingly. Then we have the glue timer function again. This is again going to give like a callback over and over again to your display function. Actually update function, not display function. क्योंकि इधर से ही फिर वो coordinates update होंगे. And after that it's like done now. You just have to do post tree display over here. Post tree display. जहाँ पर भी टाइमर फंक्शन आएगा ना उसके पहले यू हैव टू से पोस्ट री डिस्प्ले सो दैट द कंपाइलर एक्चुअली नोज कि ठीक है इसको इस फ्रेम को फिर से रीड्रॉ करना है एंड देन ग्लूट मेन लूप लूप इज व्हाट कीप्स द प्रोग्राम रनिंग इन एन इनफाइनाइट लूप सो हमारा जो एनिमेशन है वो हमेशा तक चलता रहेगा अनलेस एंड अनटिल यू स्टॉप इट over here there's the reshape function which I didn't actually previously show you. So yeah, reshape function is important. And this is it. So now like animation is ready. Now what we have to do is we have to go into the terminal, compile it, build it and run it. We've located it over here and in the terminal I have opened यहाँ पे जो ये folder है उसको. So what do we have to do over here is G++, which is the compiler name, O dash O, the name which you want to give to your build. So I'll say sunrise build and the file name sunrise sunset.cpp and after that you have to enter some library keywords. These are LGL, LGLU and L-glute and ये like मैं जैसे लिख रहा हूँ this is case sensitive so keep in mind. Now our sunrise sunset is has been built. We'll make it first, then we'll do sunrise sunset dot build, and yeah, it's working. Also, just a note. Let's just see the transition first. So it goes up, and at a point over here, it will deflect and come down. Right, and over here, look, our resize function kind of did a decent job. But what I would suggest is in our reshape function, we have done double aspect W divided by H. Can do this over here as well. It will work. So double, uh, sorry, double H. Yeah, if you want, if you think that writing this is kind of not looking good, so you can do this as well. So now if we see, we build this and do this. So yeah, now you can see the sun is not actually getting distorted. Also, I'd strongly suggest you keep these values itself. I mean, unless you want to experiment. Also, if you want, you could probably increase this speed to make it faster. So effectively make it 10 times the speed, right? So yeah, see, it went and the transition is over. Okay, I can't close this window because my OBS is running over here. So that is pretty much it, guys. If, yeah, I mean, this is the entire program. The points to remember over here is you have to include the glute reshape function over here, and the reshape is this function. So yeah, you have to include that in order for it to effectively display and adjust your radius accordingly. Ball ka 0.1 is something which worked for me. I had taken 0.2 earlier, but 0.1 works very well. That's it. Thank you. Thanks for watching.